AI robots just leveled up again, and this time, the upgrades are bigger than ever. Figure's newest humanoid climbed a full maintenance ladder completely on its own. Google has put its Gemini AI brain into robots, allowing different machines to think, plan, and move from head to toe. And EngineAI has opened a massive new factory built to produce humanoid robots by the thousands. So, let's break down the biggest AI robot news of the week. Figure's newest humanoid has completed a task that remains extremely difficult for most robots. Figure O3 climbed a full maintenance ladder on its own, without remote control. Founder Brett Adcock shared footage showing the robot approach the ladder, grip the side rails, and pull itself upward, one rung at a time, before stepping onto the platform at the top. It may look like an ordinary movement, but that is exactly what makes the demonstration important. Ladder climbing has long been considered one of the toughest mobility problems in robotics, and was even included in DARPA's Robotics Challenge. During normal walking, the feet support most of the body, while the arms mainly help with balance. A ladder changes everything, because both hands and both feet must grip narrow supports while sharing the robot's full weight. The body is also nearly vertical, so one badly placed hand or foot can place extra pressure on the other limbs and cause the robot to slip or tip. Climbing down is even harder because every step creates an impact that must be absorbed without losing grip. According to Figure O3 handled these challenges in real time instead of following one fixed motion. The robot studied the ladder, adjusted its hands and feet while climbing, and completed the movement without human steering. Older ladder climbing robots were often programmed for one exact setup, so even a small change in rung spacing or ladder angle could break the routine. Figure is instead trying to build a system that can study the ladder in front of it and adjust its movement as it climbs. The system behind this ability is Helix, Figure's vision language action model. Helix connects what the robot sees, what it is asked to do, and how its body moves. Figure says Helix O2 controls the legs, torso, arms, hands, and fingers through one neural network, replacing more than 109,000 lines of handwritten code. Figure O3 also uses faster cameras, palm cameras, and touch-sensitive fingertips to locate each rung and judge whether its grip is secure. This ability to adjust its grip and body position suggests that Figure O3 is being trained to handle changing environments instead of repeating one carefully programmed motion. That could make humanoids useful for inspections, maintenance, and elevated work in factories and warehouses already built around human ladders and platforms. However, the footage was recorded and released by Figure inside its own facility, so the autonomous performance has not yet been independently verified. Figure O3 shows how one humanoid can master difficult full-body movement, but the next system takes that idea further by giving different robots one intelligence layer from feet to fingertips. Google DeepMind has introduced Gemini Robotics 2, a new intelligence system built to control robots from their feet to their fingertips. Instead of teaching one robot one fixed routine, Google wants the same core intelligence to work across different robot bodies and real-world tasks. For years, most robots have been limited by narrow programming. A robot trained to move objects on a table may not know how to walk across a room, bend down, or use a different type of hand. Skills also do not transfer easily between robots with different shapes and hardware. Gemini Robotics 2 is designed to solve this by combining movement, reasoning, and local control through 3 connected models. The first is Gemini Robotics 2, the main vision language action model. It receives instructions, studies what the robot sees, and turns that information into physical movement. This model controls the full body, including the legs, torso, arms, hands, and fingers. The second is Gemini Robotics ER2, which handles planning and reasoning. It breaks a longer job into smaller steps, follows the robot's progress, and decides what should happen next. When something goes wrong, it can adjust the plan instead of forcing the robot to continue with a failed action. The third is Gemini Robotics On-Device 2, which runs directly on the robot. This allows the robot to work without depending on a constant internet connection and reduces delays caused by sending information to the cloud. Google says the model can also adapt to some new robot bodies within a few hours using fewer than 200 examples. Together, these models allow Apptronik's Apollo 2 humanoid to complete a full-body task. When asked to place a watering can inside a green bin on a lower shelf, Apollo walks to the table, picks up the can, moves toward the shelf, crouches, and places it correctly. The system also controls a 5-fingered Sharpa-wave hand with 22 degrees of freedom, allowing the robot to tie knots and seal a Ziploc bag. This technology could help robots clean rooms, move supplies, pack objects, complete inspections, and work together on longer jobs. Different robots could even divide one task based on their individual strengths. Google admits that multi-finger movements are still difficult and robot motion remains slow. Even so, Gemini Robotics 2 shows how robots are moving beyond fixed routines towards systems that can understand goals, plan actions, and work beside people in changing environments. Whole-body intelligence is pushing humanoids closer to real work. Now the race is shifting from smarter robots to larger production lines built to manufacture them by the thousands. EngineAI has opened a new humanoid robot factory in Zhengzhou, China. On July 24, 2026, the first locally built batch of T800 robots rolled off the production line, with units prepared for customers in China, North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. However, the company has not revealed how many robots were included in that first batch. The first phase of the Zhengzhou factory covers about 86,000 square feet, 8,000 square meters, inside Yunji Science Park. The production line handles material inspection, component assembly, complete robot testing, and final shipment. EngineAI says automated equipment improves efficiency by 40%. Each robot also receives a digital production record, while every completed unit must pass 79 quality inspections and 46 simulated operating tests before delivery. The factory is designed to produce around 5,000 robots per year during its first phase. A planned second phase could raise Zhengzhou's capacity to 10,000 units. When combined with EngineAI's Shenzhen factory, the company is preparing for roughly 15,000 robots of annual production capacity. That number sounds impressive, but capacity is not the same as real output or customer demand. Industry data suggests EngineAI shipped only about 400 robots during all of 2025. This creates a gap of nearly 40 times between the company's recent shipments and the production capacity it is now building. The main robot produced at the site is the T800. It stands 5 feet 8 inches, 1.73 meters tall, and weighs about 165 pounds, 75 kilograms. EngineAI has shown the robot performing punches, spinning kicks, and recovery after falls. It also carries what the company describes as a solid-state battery with 4 to 5 hours of operating time, while the basic version starts near $25,000. Zhengzhou was once best known as China's iPhone manufacturing city because of its large Foxconn operations. Now Henan wants humanoid robotics to become another major part of the region's identity. The new factory proves that EngineAI can build and test robots through a larger production system. The harder test comes next. Repeat orders, reliable daily operation, and public evidence that T800 robots can perform useful work outside controlled demonstrations.